Okay, so I'll begin with our agenda for the day. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are having a good time at home. Have your schools begun? Have you started going back to school? This is the base, percentage is the base to a lot of calculations and stuff that you're going to do when it comes to competitive exams in general. Because arithmetic typically forms 40 to 50% of the questions that are there in any exam. Apart from IPM IIM Indore, that is IPM IIM Indore will have an equal mix of all types of topics, but arithmetic generally is the chunk in many other exams. And for us to ace arithmetic, understanding percentages and its properties are very, very important. So this class we are going to discuss about percentages, and then we'll also solve a few questions that are there in the sheet for percentage. No issues. So let's begin with percentage. So let us first understand what is percentage. As its name suggests percent. So this is per 100. So if I get 400 marks out of 500, how much will it be percent? So how much will it be out of 100? If I get 400 marks out of 500, how many will I get out of 100 is what we are going to do with majority of the questions of percentage. So basically our base of calculation generally in percentage is going to be 100, that is cent. Right? So if I get 400 out of 500, I may very well get an 80 out of 100. That is because 80 into 5 is 400 and 100 into 5 is 500. Right? So that is what the basic understanding that we require to understand percentages. I think all of you know this already. Communicate with me, otherwise I won't understand whether you people are at least sitting in the class or not. Forget about being interested or being so if A is greater than B, tell me something. If A is greater than B, then which of the following is greater? A percent of B or B percent of A? If A is greater than B, then which of the following is greater? A percent of B or B percent of A? Srishti says A percent of B. Okay. Anyone with a different answer? Both possible. What do you mean by A percent of B? What do you mean by 20% of 50? 20% of 50, is this not equivalent to 20%? That is 20 by 100 of 50. So you'll get this as 20 into 50 by 100. Right? And what do you mean by 50% of 20? Is it not equivalent to 50 by 100 of 20, which in turn will give you 50 into 20 by 100? Now, which of these is greater? Need to begin. A percent of B is nothing but A by 100 of B. And B percent of A is nothing but B by 100 of A. B by 100 of A. Both of them will give you the same result. That is A into B by 100. Isn't it? Now, are we good at calculating 64% of any number except 100? But can we write this as 25% of 64? And how do you calculate 25% of any number? So 25% of 64 would mean 25 by 100 of 64, right? If you cancel out 25 and 100, it will become 1 by 4. 25 fours are 100. So we are basically looking at 1/4 of 64. So can we conclude that 25% of a number is nothing but 1/4 of that number? Therefore, this we know how to calculate will be equal to 16. But if I were to calculate mentally about 64% of 25, if I had to do this in my mind, 64% of 25, 64% किसी भी number का कैसे निकलता है? I would not understand. But if I convert it into B% of A instead, my calculations become easy. So at times in questions, you will find us doing this. Instead of finding A% of B, we'll find B% of this anyway. So I had one question. I asked one question, that is A% of B and B% of A by 100 into B, and B% of A will be B by 100 into A. Both of them will in turn give you the same thing, AB by 100. So if someone asks you what is 64% of 25, asks me rather, what is 64% of 25? I would rather calculate a 25% of 64 because I know 25% is nothing but 1/4 of the actual number, right? So here is where the role of reciprocals comes into picture. When you see, if I give you a question of percentage, I know all of you will be able to solve it. This is where reciprocals coming to the picture when I use calculations. So how many reciprocal values do you know? Whose percentage conversion values do you know? So do you know what 1 by 2 is equal to in percentage? 1 by 2 is going to be 50%. 1 by 3 is going to be 33.33%. 1 by 4 is, just now we discussed, is 25%. 1 by 5 is 20%. 1 by 6 is 16.66%. 1 by 7 is 14.28%. This is a very important value to remember because 1 by 7 cannot be derived otherwise. Okay, 1 by 6 is equal to half of 1 by 3, you can say. And 33 ka half you can do and find it out. 1 by 8 is 12.5%. What is 5 by 8 equal to? Okay, thank you, Ujjasha. It is 62.5%. So when I'm telling you 1 by 7 is 14.28, you should also know what 3 by 7 is. We should also know what 5 by 7 is. So that in a particular question, if you see a 14.28, you quickly convert that into 1 by 7 because we would not want decimals in our calculations. We would rather be happy dividing a number by 7, right? At least I would. 1 by 9 is 11.11. 1 by 10 is 10%, easiest of the lot. 1 by 9 is 11.11 is also an important value to remember. 1 by 11 is 9.09. So for 9 it is 11.11. For 11 it is 9.09. That's how you remember it. 1 by 12 is half of 1 by 6. Half of 1 by 6, that is going to be 8.33. 1 by 13 is an important value, 7.69 or 7.7 you can call it. And 1 by 14 and 1 by 15. You should know reciprocal values up to 1 by 15 at least. Okay. 1 by 14 is going to be 7.14% and 1 by 15 is going to be 6.66%. Right? All of you already know this, right? नहीं पता होगा तो भी नोट कर लो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. A is greater than B by 25%. By what percent is B is smaller than A. So don't agree with 25. I don't agree with 25 either. The answer is 20. Okay. I'm just seeing what the people answer, nothing else. If, as a facilitator, as a teacher, it's my job to show where you are going wrong. Okay. Then here it is than B. Here the base of comparison. What are you comparing A with? You're comparing A with B over here. And here B smaller than A. You're comparing B with A. Correct? So the base of comparison in the first sentence is what? B. Base of comparison in the second sentence or the question statement is what? A. So just take some numbers, na? Take some random numbers and try and do this. A is greater than B by 25%. So there existed a B. A आया और बोला कि मैं तुमसे 25% ज़्यादा हूँ. There existed a B. A came and said, I am greater than you by 20%, 25% boy. Okay, so let us say B equal to 100. If A is greater than B by 25%, what will A be equal to? A will be equal to 125. All of you agree to this? Because B ka 25% is going to be 25. B ka 25% is going to be 25. You add that to B and you get A. Correct? But now look at the question. If B is equal to 100, A is equal to 125, by what percent is B smaller than A? By what percent is B smaller than A? Now, how do you calculate percentage change? How do you calculate percentage change? Percentage change is calculated by final value minus initial value is my voice not coming through? Summer, I think, into 100. All of you agree to this? Final minus initial upon initial by 100. Right? So here what I'm asking, what percentage is B smaller than A? When I'm asking B smaller than A, what is my initial value or my base value that I need to compare it with? So A should come in my denominator. 125 should come in my denominator. So final minus initial, the difference is 25 upon 125 into 100, which is going to be 20%, which is also equal to 1 by 5 into 100, right? Initial is 100 when I am comparing that with B. Than B, in this case, than B, A is greater than B. Here my base value is B. B is smaller than A. Here my base value will be A. This is where change of base happens. Okay. Is it clear, Shivansh? You see, final and initial value में difference कितना है? Final and initial value में difference कितना है? It is 25. And the initial value or the base value is 100. Which is equal to 25%. Which is also equal to a fraction of 1 by 4. Right? Agreed? Well, if I change these numbers and say A is greater than B by 20%, what percent is B smaller than A? What should be the answer? More 20. What percent is B smaller than A? A would be now greater than B by 20%. So A would be 120 and B smaller than A. How much percent is B smaller than A? The difference is 20 and the base will be 120, which is 1/6. 16.66, right? So in case 1, in question 1, here you saw 1 by 4, here you saw 1 by 5. In question 2, here it is 20%, which is equal to 1 by 5. And here it is 16.66%, which is equal to 1 by 6, right? If I change this 20% to some other number, if I say A is greater than B by 14.28%, A is greater than B by 14.28%, by what percent is B smaller than A? Excellent, Shreya. 12.5. Remember this. Remember this entire thing. It's going to be 12.5. See, 1 by 4. If you look at this example, you saw 1 by 4. A is greater than B by 1 by 4. Then B is smaller than A by 1 by 5. Correct? A is greater than B by 1 by 5. B is smaller than A by 1 by 6. Correct? Agreed? If A is greater than B by 1 by 7, which is 14.28, B will be smaller than A by 1 by 8, which is 12.5. See, when A was greater than B by 25%, B was smaller than A by 20%. You followed this? So A was greater than B by 1 by 4. Look at the fraction, 1 by 4. Here you got 1 by 5, correct? Look at the fraction here, 20%, 1 by 5. Here you got 1 by 6, correct? So if you have a 1 by 7 here, you'll get a 1 by 8 here, period. वही answer होता है. So if A is greater than B, if A is greater than B by a fraction of x by y, B is less than A by a fraction of x by x plus y. For example, इधर 1 by 4 आएगा तो इधर 1 by 5 आएगा. If you get 1 by 5 here, you'll get 1 by 6 here. So if A is greater than B by a fraction of x by y, 1 by 4, 1 by 1 plus 4. So 1 by 5 comes here. Okay. Now let's go to percentage increase, decrease, successive increase, successive decrease kind of things. Okay. That is one important topic again in percentage. Successive increase. Successive increase. If the price of an article was say 100 rupees, I increased it first by 20%. Then I increased it again by 30%. First I increased it by 20%, then I increased it by 30%. What will be the overall increase in the price of the article? Percentage wise. What will be the overall increase in the price of the article? 56%? You guys are good, yeah. You get 50 up. So when 100 is increased by 20%, there will be an absolute increase of 20. So it will become 120. Now this 120 will increase by 30%. Now this 120 will increase by 30%. So there will be an absolute increase of 3 into 12, 36. So 120 plus 36 will lead you to 156. So what was initially 100 finally became 156. So you can see there is a 56% increase, right? So if there is an A percent increase first, and then there is a B percent increase later, in the same product or same object, if there is an increase by A percent first and then by B percent, then the overall increase, percentage increase is given by A plus B plus AB by 100%. It is given by A plus B plus AB by 100%. So look at this. A is going to be 20, B is going to be 30. A into B, 20 into 30 is 600 by 100 is going to be 6, which is equal to 56%. So in successive increase, if there is A percent increase first and B percent increase later, then the overall increase is given by A plus B plus AB by 100. Please take a note of this. Right? What happens if I had increased 30% first and 20% later? Would my answer have changed? Replace B and B replaced A. So you could get a B plus A plus BA by 100. So same ही चीज होता. So 130. So 100 plus 30 is 130. Now you get 20% of 130, which is 26. You add that, you still get the same answer, 156. So you'll get the same overall percentage increase. Right? Right? Have you done multiplication factors in this class? By any chance? Just look at this. If x increases by 20%, how much will it become? If x increases by 20%, okay. Acha, 120%. We'll add 0.2x, right? To finally get 1.2x, correct? So when you do an x plus 0.2x, you are essentially doing this x into 1 plus 0.2 by 10. Sorry, 1 plus 2 by 10. Right? So basically you are doing nothing but x into 12 by 10. Or you can say 1 plus 20 by 100 basically. Okay. R percent increase. Okay, 20% increase, 1 plus 20 by 100. This 12 by 10 over here, or this 1 plus 20 by 100 is what I am referring to as the multiplication factor. Now, where will multiplication factor come into picture? Where will multiplication factor come into picture? Let me tell you. So, what will be the multiplication? So, this I told you is the multiplication factor, 12 by 10 for, you can also write it as 6 by 5. You can argue with me later, but I would want to keep 10 in the denominator because kaatna easy hoga, okay? Right? What should be the multiplication factor for 30% increase? This is for 20% increase. What will be the multiplication factor for 30% increase? It is going to be 13 by 10, right? 1.3 or 13 by 10. So basically, I had 100. It got increased by 12. It got increased by 20%. So it got multiplied by 12 by 10. It again got increased by 30%. So it got multiplied by 13 by 10. I'll get 156. Right? The limitation of a plus b plus ab by 100 is that it only works till 2 increases. If there are more than 2 increases, agar koi c bhi aa jata game mein, if I would say there is a 10%, 20%, 30%, 3 increases, then I would rather do it using multiplication factors because I will only have to multiply and see what is the final value. Clear? Hai? So keep these multiplication factors in mind because this will help you do your calculations quickly. So if there is a question on successive increase, जिसमें 2 बार increase हुआ है, if the question is what is the final percentage change, what is the percentage change, you use a plus b plus ab by 100. If the question is what is the final value, you directly use the multiplication factors. Clear hai? अगर फाइनल वैल्यू फाइंड करना है, you use multiplication factor. If you want to see the percentage change, use the a plus b plus ab by 100 formula. Clear? Successive decrease. If 100 decreases by 30% first and 20% later. So basically, you go to a shop, it is saying 30 plus 20% off. What is the equivalent or final discount it is giving? The shop is offering. 30% of 100 is 30. You remove 30, you'll get 70. Now you will have to remove 20% from this 70. 20% from this 70 will mean a subtraction of 14. So you'll get 56 at the end. So 100 minus 56, you will see there is a decrease of 44%. Or there is a degrowth of 44%. Again, would exchanging 30 and 20 change my answer? मतलब पहले अगर मैं 20 करता and then I do 30, will it change my answer? Formula of a plus b plus ab by 100, see what happens. You only remember the dhacha, okay? You only remember the skeleton of a plus b plus ab by 100. Can anyone help me find where my marker is? Acha, mil gaya. Right. So you have this a, b, ab by 100. Right? I'll remove pluses in between. You have these three things, A, B, and AB by 100, okay? Is A an increase or decrease in this case? A is a decrease, so you'll write a minus A. Is B a decrease? So you'll write a minus A, minus B. What happens when you multiply 2 minuses to AB? AB ka sign kya hoga? It will be positive. So you'll get a minus A minus B plus AB by 100. So you only remember the skeleton A, B, AB by 100. According to increase or decrease, you change it. If it is an increase, you'll write plus. If it is a decrease, you'll write minus for that particular variable, right? So minus A minus B plus AB by 100. So this is minus 20, minus 30, plus 6, which will give you minus 44. Is the effective change. If I were to use the multiplication factor, 100 was the initial price. Decrease of 30%. That means I have taken out 30 out of 100. So what remains? 1 minus 30 by 100. What should be the multiplication factor for a 30% decrease? 1 minus 30 by 100. 70 by 100 or 7 by 10. What happens when I take 20% out? 1 minus 20 by 100, which is 80 by 100, 8 by 10. I get a 56. 7 8s are right here also, because at the end of the day we are only multiplying, right? and A into B is going to be B into A. So when we are multiplying anyway, the order in which it is happening or order in which it is taking place is not of much concern for us, right? Yeah. Let's go to the next model now. Say there is an increase and then a decrease. I'm coming to that, Harshit. So A, B or AB by 100 का क्या होगा? Tell me this. If there is first an increase, then a decrease. A is plus, B is minus, and AB को क्या होगा? You'll get a minus. Right? So A minus B minus AB by 100. So something, if 100 increases by 30% first, and then it decreases by a 20%. So 30% increase will make it 130. 20% decrease will make it minus 2 into 13 is 26. You'll get 104. So you'll see that there is an overall increase of 4%, correct? So A minus B minus AB by 100. So look at this, 30 minus 20 minus 6 is going to give you 4. That we are going to use, or it is still the same multiplication factor we are going to use. So 30% increase, 13 by 10, 20% decrease, 8 by 10, I'll get 104. So if there is one, first there is a decrease, then there is an increase, will anything change in our world? B minus AB होगा, पर अगर 20% decrease पहले होता और 30% increase बाद में होता, कुछ बदलता? As long as the values are interchanged and the signs are also interchanged, तो क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? कुछ नहीं पड़ेगा. Because at the end of the day, you are going to do this multiplication. A into B is B into A. 100 में से minus 20%. Minus 20 is going to give me 80. Now 80 increases by 30%. 3 8s are 24 is added to it. It becomes 104. There's nil bata sannata change over here. It will give you the exact same thing. Here you'll get a minus A plus B. So minus B plus A minus AB by 100, which is exactly the same as the one written over here. 20%. By what percent will its area change? It's going to increase by 44%. If side is increasing, area of a square is length into breadth, or A square, whatever you may argue with me, every square is a rectangle, right? So length into breadth. Length is increasing by 20%. Breadth is also increasing by 20%. So there is going to be an A plus B plus AB by 100. 20 plus 20 plus 20 into 20 by 100, which is 444. In other words, if let us say the side of the square was 10, the first area would be 10 into 10, which is 100. Now each side increases by 20%. It will become 12 into 12, which is 144. If we assume values, there is nothing wrong in assuming values. First of all, keep this in mind. ये एकदम engrave कर लेना आपके mind में कि हमको values assume करना है, right? ये इसको एकदम डाल लो ज़हन में. We will start assuming values, random values, which will make our calculations easier. You can see there is an increase of 44%. But instead of this, if I say length of a rectangle increases by 20%, by what percent will its area change? तो क्या होगा? 36 कहाँ से आया अभिराम आपको? Area was 100. Length increased by 20%. Breadth remained the same. Will become 120. So there's a 20% increase, right? Area में there will be a, in case of a square, there will be a successive increase. In case of a rectangle, there is one increase because of length, and the second increase happens only if the breadth also increases or decreases, or whatever happens to the breadth. If one of the variables remains constant, whatever happens to the other variable will be what happens to the area. So if length increases by 20%, area also increases by 20%. Length increases by, for a rectangle, this is okay. If length increases by 20%, what should be the decrease in breadth? The area constant. If length increases by 20%, what should be the percentage decrease in the breadth to keep? हाँ, ये चीज याद है आपको? I said, remember this? Basically, if any A into any B equal to C, let us say, where अपना है ना यहाँ पे in this case length into give me area. Okay, mathematically any A into any B is equal to C is equivalent to a length into breadth is equal to area. So time into speed is equal to distance B is nothing but length into breadth is equal to area mathematically. Man into day is equal to work is also nothing else. Principal into rate into time RT by 100 is equal to simple interest. Will also follow. This thing follows. Any A into B equal to C follows. All of these things will follow, and this is your entire syllabus of quant, by the way. So ये देखो, A into B equal to C, and if C remains constant, if A increases fraction of x by y, then B has to decrease by a fraction of x by x plus y. For example, आपको दिखा देता हूँ मैं. Say length and breadth both were 10. Okay. Area would have been 100, right? You want the area to be same. Area to be constant. Now you're saying there is an increase of 20% in the length. So area length will become 12. What should breadth be equal to? Correct? Breadth will be equal to 100 by 12, or this can be called 8.33. अच्छा, आप absolute value बता रहे थे उज्जय सर. That is correct. 8.33. From 10 to 8.33, the decrease is 1.66 on 10. That is a 16.66%. Agreed. So if length increases by 1 by 6, 1 by 5, breadth has to decrease by 1 by 6. If time increases by 1 by 5, speed will decrease by 1 by 6 if distance remains constant. That is why. Increase में denominator छोटा होता है, y होता है. Decrease में denominator बड़ा होता है, x plus y होता है. Answer. Increase में the denominator is larger. बस इतना याद रखो आप. And remember x by y and x by x plus y. Because that 10 and 10 are assumed values. Okay. You could have assumed something else. If you would have assumed 100 and 100, you would have got a different answer probably. You would have got an 83.3 then. Right? So as I said, I was looking for the final answer, which is 16.66. So I couldn't, judge at that point. Sorry for that. Anyway, so if we have if I say the price of petrol increases by 25%, by what percent should the consumption decrease so that the expenditure remains constant? 20%? ये कितने से बड़ा? 1 by 4 is the increase. Decrease will be 1 by 5. Increase is 1 by 4, decrease will be 1 by 5, which is 20%, right? To keep the expenditure constant, because price into consumption is going to be expenditure, right? Wherever C is constant, if A increases, C 25% था ना हर्षित? The fraction is equal to 1 by 4. Price of petrol increases by 40%. What should be the fall in consumption to keep the expenditure constant? 2 by 7. Okay, 40%, 2 by 5 होता है. As a fraction, 40% is 2 by 5. So you will get 2 by 7. If there is a 2 by 5 increase, the corresponding parameter will decrease by 2 by 7, which is 28.56. Okay. 7 is 14.2857. Okay. 2 by 7 is 28 point. See, just remember how to remember values of by 7 fractions. Okay. 1 by 7 is 14.2857. 2 by 7 will be starting with 28. So 285714 wo bhi aayega in the same order. 3 by 7. If I write these numbers 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7 in ascending order, you will get 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. Okay. These are the ascending order numbers written in ascending order. 1 by 7 will start with the smallest number, that is 1. 2 by 7 will start with the second smallest number, that is 2. 3 by 7 will start with the third smallest number, that is 4. So you'll get 428571. So you'll get 42.8571. 4 by 7 is going to start with the fourth smallest number, that is 5. So you'll get 571428. Aap kar lo ye calculation. 57.1428. 5 by 7 is going to start with 7. So 7 से cycle repeat करो. 71.42. 85 and 6 by 7 is going to be 8 से start होगा 85.7142. You do the math, you'll get the same answers. You use a calculator, you'll get the same answer roughly. Value है 1 by 7 दुनिया के context में. Remember this. Fair enough. So this was an off-topic discussion anyway. Yes, 7 के values, but you should remember these. So is less than y by 20%. So y अगर 100 हुआ, if y is 100, x is what, 80? By how many percent is y more than x? Y is more than x by what? A value of 20 more than x. My base of calculation will be 80. 25%. X is greater than x is less than y. So x less than y by 20%. Yani 1 by 5. Y will be greater than x by 1 by 4. Right? This is what we discussed all this while. Ye dekho. Y is xy by 100 is equal to y percent of z. Yz by 100 is equal to z percent of x. Zx by 100 is the same. Right? So xy is equal to yz is equal to zx. So if I divide all these values by x, y, z, I'll get 1 by z is equal to 1 by x is equal to 1 by y. That means x is equal to y is equal to z. Anyway, it has nothing to do with percentages, this question. Bakwas hai ye. 200? 5% of x. So 5 by 100 of x is equal to 20% of 50. 20 by 100 into 50. सबसे पहले तो बहुत प्यारी चीज ये है, ये कट जाता है, right? So x is equal to 20 into 10, which is 200. Simple, straight, simple things. ये तो question ही नहीं है. A number is increased by 10% and then reduced by 10%. So a minus a square by 100 हो जाएगा, right? This is the decrease. A square by 100 is always the decrease in such a question. Okay, which is 10 square by 100, which is 1. Decrease है, इसलिए minus 1. A sure. 20% of 50% of 200. 20% is 1 by 5. 50% of 50% is 1 by 2 of 200, which is going to be 20. Is subtracted from 40% of 25% of 250. 40 is 2 by 5. 25 is 1 by 4 of 250. This is 50. This is going to be 2 2s are 25. Is 25. So 25 minus 20, the resultant is 5. Agreed. मैं ये 25% देख के थोड़ा सा I was apprehensive a little, because if it was not 40%, if this was not 40%, 25% of 250 will not be an integer at all. 1 by 4 of 250 will not be an integer. तो मैं सोच रहा था ये integer है, ये integer है ही नहीं, right? So that was why I was thinking none of these आएगा. But then I forgot यहाँ पे एक 2 extra मिलेगा, 2 by 5, right? 40%. What is the base number? कितने लोगों ने find किया? 30 है. पर क्वेश्चन पूछा वो नहीं है. Question didn't ask you for the base number. वो बोल रहा है 30 number. You want 30%, 250% is given. So it is saying that 250 is 75. 30 is what? तो यही करना है मुझे. तो 25 3s are 3 3s are is my answer 9. So basically this will cancel. 0 zeros will cancel. 25 3s are 3 3s are 9 should be the answer. Number is 30. I know that. Anyway, 9 and 90. 250% itself is 75. 90 cannot be the answer. If 250% is 75, 100% is 30. And 30% of 30 is 9. No shortcut, Jesha. That's how we do it. That's it. What I said was 250%. 50% कितना है? So if I divide these things, so 0 0 gets cancelled, percent gets cancelled, 25 3s are 75, so 3 3s are 9. Option से कर लो. Use options, you will be better off, because there is a percentage increase and a percentage decrease kind of things. There is no one common answer, one correct answer to this question. There are many correct answers. Like 20 by 6 would have been a correct answer too. Numerator of a fraction is decreased by 40%. So there is an x by y. Okay. Numerator decreased by 40%. That means it will become 60%. If you remove 40%, what remains is 60%, 60 by 100. And the denominator is increased by 100%. So what is 100 will now become 200. That is equal to 1 is given. 100 gets cancelled. तो आपको मिल गया 60 by 200 का उल्टा. That is 200 by 60, which is 10 by 3. 26% of a number is greater than 41% of that number by 105. So x by 100 is 105 by 35. 3 times. So x is going to be equal to 300. Anyway, you don't need pen and paper to solve these questions. You can do it in your mind. 41, 76, 35, 105, 300. Simple. 35 3s are, 100 3s are. A got 30% votes out of 600. Okay. So A got 30%. B received 360 votes out of 600. So B received 60%. So C must have received only 10. Read the question carefully. Find out the percentage of votes which the winner got in comparison to his closest rival. Okay. So A got 180 votes. B got 360 votes. A got in comparison with his closest rival is A. B got 360 votes in comparison to A. So that is 360 upon 180. 200%. Why it will not be 100% is the question is not asking how many more votes did A get than B or B get than A. How many votes did B get than A is the question. More votes pushta, so I would have subtracted. And the answer would have been 100. Clear? Whoever has answered 100, their thought process is also correct. No issues with you. Okay? Good job. A's income is 60% of B's income. बस वहीं छोड़ दो question. If B's income, so you have A and B. Okay. Income, expenditure, savings. Right? If A's income is 60% of B's income, say B's income is 100, A's income will be 60. Correct? Their expenditures, their savings are 10% and 20% respectively. Correct? So A's saving is going to be 10% of 60, that is 6. And B's saving is going to be 20% of this. This is going to be 12. 20. Right? In this case, what is A's expenditure? 54. What is B's expenditure? 80. How much is A's expenditure less than B's? In this case, it's 26. What is given in the question? 260. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 600 and 1000. See, look at this. This is in percentages. This is in percentages. This is in percentages. This is only this is in absolute value. I don't pay heed to absolute value at all. Absolute value comes in the last. So सब तक जितना हम percentages में कर सकते हैं उतना मैं percentages में करता जाता हूँ, assuming some value. In other words, I could have said A and B, their incomes are 60x and 100x. Okay. Their savings are 6x and 20x. Okay. And their expenditures hence will be for 54x and 80x. So the difference between their expenditures is going to be 26x, which is given as 260. So x is 10. So this becomes 600. This becomes 1000. So that's my answer. Option A. Clear? Increased by 20%. Ram scored 25%. Ram scored 25%, right? And failed by 100 marks. So there is a passing mark, let us say X. So Ram's score is X by 100, X minus 100. Kiran scored 45%. Kiran scored 45%. The passing score is still going to be X. He got 40 marks above the pass mark. So Kiran got 25% is X minus 100. 45% is X plus 40. If you subtract 1 from 2, what will you get? 20%. 140. So 20% is 140, 100% is into 5, 700. And the pass mark is, एक और तरीका करने का ये हो सकता है कि if the paper is out of 100 marks, Ram secured 25, Sham secured 45. The difference is 20, but the difference here is 140. So into 7. So 100 की जगह 700 का paper होगा. So that's my answer. So there was X. That became 81 by 64 times of X. Right? The population of the country was X and it became 81 by 64. How do you get 81 by 64 in 2 years? If the same rate is there in both the years, you will get that by multiplying into 9 by 8 by 9 by 8 into 9 by 8 twice. 9 square and 8 square. So if the multiplication factor is 9 by 8, if the multiplication factor is 9 by 8, 9 by 8 is nothing but 1 plus 1 by 8. So the rate of increase is 1 by 8, which is 12.5. Option B. Okay. 81 by 64 times itself in 2 years. Achha, this is compound interest, by the way. Population increase is compound. So it will be B. Is this clear? His expenditure was 70% of his income. Okay. So the savings will be 30. Now, when his income is increased by 25%, income becomes 125. He raised his expenditure to 85%. 85% of 125 is what? 106.25. Huh? That means what is the saving he is having? 18.75. Percentage increase or decrease in his savings. What is the decrease in his savings? 30 minus 18.75, 11.25. What was it initially? It was 30. 37.5. 30 and 20 will give you a resultant 56. 40% of marks are required. He gets 178 and fails by 22. That means passing marks. That is 40% of the total is 200. If 40% is 200, that means 10% is 50. 100% is 500. 40 on raw material and 10% on staff. So 35 plus 40 plus 10, 85% is spent. He is left with 60%, 60,000. So what is left is 15% is 60,000. The question is total amount spent on machinery and raw material. Machinery and raw material, he spent 35 and 40, 75%. This is into 5. So into 5, 3 lakhs, 60,000 into 5. Up already. Price is raised by 1 by 5. How much percent should a holder reduce his consumption? 1 by 6? 16 2 by 3. Raman spends 30% of his income on rent. So if Raman gets 100 rupees, he spends 30 on rent. He is left with 70x. And out of 70x, 1/4 is gone towards transport. 1/4 is gone towards transport. 1/4 of 70x is 17.5x. What is left is 52.5x. This is for food. The question is, if rent is 300, 30x is 300, what is 52.5x equal to? 525. It's 10. Socho zera, socho. So less than the third number. So the third number is the frame of reference. So the third number is going to be 100 to me. So the first number is less by 30%. So first number is 70. Second number is less by 37%. So it's going to be 63. How much is the second number less than the first. Second number less than the first. Second number is less than the first by 7 on than the first 70. 1/10, 10%. Increase in percentage. 8%, 3%, it's going to be 5%. 8 लोग इसके वजह से आएगा और 3 लोग इसके वजह से जाएगा, तो 5% इंक्रीज होगा. Plus 5 into 5 by 100 is going to be the increase in couple of years, that is 10.25. Though I'm not very happy with the language of the question. I'm not very happy and convinced with the language of the question, but this is the best justice we can do for this question. So 8% increase hoga or 3% decrease hoga. So overall there is a 5% change every year. So if it happens for 2 years, 5 plus 5 plus 5 into 5. So successive increase of 5% twice. A plus B plus AB by 100 times. So there will be an overall increase of this. 20% later. I would rather increase it by 20% first and 10% later. So 8,000 increases by 20%. 1,600 is the increase. It will become 9,600. Right? 10% increase from here is an addition of 960. So it will become 10560. That's my answer. Option B. So that's it. That's about basic percentages and calculations. Next time we meet, we'll probably discuss profit, loss and discount and simple interest and compound interest. Till then, thank you for being a patient audience, and I hope you didn't get bored in the class. Haha. Ta-da.